Hey, everybody. I am recording this the afternoon of our December team meeting. Today's title was State of the Market Center. And we had a fantastic conversation in which Jose gave us an overview of what we're seeing in the market and where we see things heading. We then hear from Marcy Klee, kind of perspective about what does it take? What does it look like to really buckle down, return to the basics, and be focused on winning and committing to staying in touch with your people in this time, being an informed agent and being committed to your growth and being in touch with your people. Then Hudson Warren, our MAPS coach, talked a bit about kind of using Covey's quadrants in order to really focus on the things that are important and non-urgent, which is more important than ever in a difficult market. I want to kind of connect some of the dots and talk a little bit more about what this is going to look like for you to own your success in 2023 and for us to partner with you in that. As I mentioned, we're focusing on two things. One, getting serious about winning. We're not here to play games. This isn't a hobby. We're here committed to doing the things necessary in order to win at the highest level possible, and then doing so tighter together. And I'll talk a little bit more about what that means. I'm doing a weird screen share because Zoom doesn't like it when I do the full screen. First of all, your role, as you think about kind of your posture, I want to mention the 6 personal perspectives. This comes from Gary Keller, interacting with top producers across several industries, and learn basically six major themes in understanding top producers. They are, number 1, committed to self-mastery, mastering themselves. Number 2, focused on committed to the 80-20 principle, knowing that 20% of the inputs equal 80% of the outputs, and so are committed to focusing on the 20% of the things in their world that make the biggest difference. Number 3, moving from E to P, that's entrepreneurial to purposeful. That's going from what comes naturally to having a plan, a system, utilizing proven models in order to get there. Number 4, being learning-based, always realizing there's more to learn, more to grow in, new updates in the market to keep on top of, and internalizing that as part of your process. Number 5, removing limiting beliefs. That's evaluating what's the junk that I bring. What are the defeater beliefs? What are the obstacles that I mentally have as I think about generating leads or nurturing my sphere or doing things? And then number 6 is being accountable. And that's being willing to own your success and not outsource kind of that mentality. So I'll transition into your opportunity to win. So a lot of times we talk about your goal. What's your goal? And I'm convinced that there's 4 kind of major steps in order to win. Number 1 is defining the goal. Number 2 is defining the path. Okay, what are the things that I need to do in order to hit that goal strategically? Number 3 is getting clear on the commitment. Do I really know what it takes? It's not just I need to do lead gen or I need to have systems. It's I need to have X number of conversations a day. And am I willing to do that? Am I willing to do the work necessary, and being honest with ourselves in that? And then finally, being accountable, which was mentioned before. What are the relationships? What are the structures? What are the affirmations that I need to internalize as I'm accountable to pursuing and achieving that goal? Then we go into identifying the gaps. I've heard it said a number of different ways, so I'll use the most possible. Every solution for your business lies in one of the following 4 categories: your mindset, how you think about things; your skill set, how you actually do the things; script and role play, listing, presentation, you name it. There's a skill set around a lot of that. Your schedule, are the things that are important to you in your schedule or not? And do you have mastery of that time committed to doing those things? And then finally, in your database, do you have the number? Do you want to run a business that's this big, but you'll have a database that's this big, and those goals are incongruent? So identifying where might your opportunity be from a gap standpoint. Talking about database, I'm sharing a slide here with you where this is data pulled from the massive network that is Keller Williams, in which we look that the columns show us the number of agents across KWRI and the number of contacts that they have in command. So this first column shows us that 33,289 agents have exactly 0 contacts in command, and moving so on up. And so one of the things that we're going to be focusing on this year is what we're calling the 201 Plus Club. If you look at 1, 2, 3, 4, the 7th column over, you see that agents that have between 201 and 1,000 contacts in their database and are nurturing them. That's an important caveat. Is it median or average? Average GCI is just a click over $119,000. Obviously, it makes sense. The more people you have in your world that you're communicating with you, who think of you when they think of real estate, the more people that is, the more money you're going to make. And so we have 76% of our agent roster has fewer than 201 contacts in Command. I realize for those of you who don't use Command, some of you use different programs, and that's great. The best tool is the one that you use. So this isn't a Command conversation as much as it is, are you actually building a database, feeding it every day, and systematically communicating with it or not? And if you're not, then you're not serious about winning in this market. And if you are serious, then asking the question, what do I need to do to get to that number? So we're going to talk a lot about that this year, but being serious about your database is a non-negotiable. You don't have the option to not be serious about that if you want to win in this market. All right, let's talk about Tighter Together. As you all know, we have something called the Associate Leadership Council, the ALC, made up of a group of top 20% producers that help us make decisions, but also help influence what we're doing and provide opportunities for agents to grow and learn. These communities that I'm going to talk about are designed to help the agents in them get better at that thing. So we've got 6 rolling into this year. We've got one that's going to be focused on accountability. Let's meet, let's talk about rhythms. What do we need to focus on? Being accountable to focus on our skills, our schedule, and our habits. You'll be put in smaller partnership groups as well. That's going to be a great opportunity. Connections group. This is going to help make sure that all of our agents have a place to be known and to know others if that's what's important to you. Culture is where we're going to be, putting on events, Red Day, summer picnic, some of the keystone events that really make up the lifeblood of our culture. The growth committee, for those that are looking to build their profit share tree. How do I help talk with people about real estate, about KW, grow the market center, and grow your profit share tree along the way? The technology committee, how do I utilize technology and build good habits and good skills as it relates to utilizing technology? Because a lot of us don't. In order to grow our database, communicate with it, generate new leads, systematize, move from entrepreneurial to purposeful, and technology can be helpful in doing that. And then finally, the wealth committee, Wealth Builders Association, I think is what will be called this year. And how do we help people add streams of income to stabilize their financial future? So those are communities that we're going to be building. Stay tuned for more information about that. And then finally, we each have different pain points in our business. Do I need more leads? Do I need more leverage? Do I need even more than that help? So to just highlight a variety of options there, we do have a group designed to help you generate some more leads. There is a cost to that, both from a referral standpoint and a small monthly cost, but that is an option, and that we are looking to grow that group this year to help you run more business. You can utilize Command at a higher level. And then there's other referral sources. There's Ojo, there's OpsCity, there's Fast Expert, there's HomeLight, and beyond. We obviously know Realtor and Zillow, but these 4 referral sources involve no upfront expenses. And in the shift, we want to be mindful of those upfront expenses. Do you need leverage? We have an in-house transaction coordinator. We have in-house marketing support that is available for you to help you focus on the things that matter in your business and to leverage out the things that aren't as important. You could even go to the point of hiring a virtual assistant with Cyberback or another company. I'd be glad to be a resource to anyone who wants to explore that and to consider what that looks like. If you are a solo agent with our market center and are wondering, hey, does a team make sense for me to have extra support, more opportunities for business and collaboration and resourcing? We have a handful of fantastic teams, some of which are hiring. And I do want to particularly note that Samantha Holmes is launching a team right now that is looking to actively grow, but there are others as well. That every team is different. But if that's something you're interested in, I know that Sam would be glad to chat with you, but talk with me because I'd be glad to help kind of have those conversations as well. Finally, and on a little bit of a down type note, if you're hearing all this or considering the moment that you're in your business and wondering, is now the time for me to slow down? Is now the time for me to hang up my license, retire, all of that? Don't just sail off into the sunset, because there's an opportunity to put your license in what's called holding with a holding company, which is basically a way for you to get paid on referrals while your license is in technically a different brokerage. You don't have to keep paying the board dues and MLS dues and all of the costs associated with running a business. It's a way for you to monetize your database. You know, if you've got people that know you and think of real estate when they think of you, but you don't have the juice anymore, the bandwidth anymore, that can be a great option to help monetize that. And I or Rich or Amanda can talk with you about the logistics of that. So I was fast and I was loose there, but did want to follow up. We're excited to grow with you. We're going to be rolling out a wealth building opportunity for agents that want to do that this year. We're excited to help you be accountable to focus on the things that matter. One other thing I wanted to mention is that we're committed to offering more skills-based workshops. So as opposed to just teaching a class where you get some information and take some notes, a workshop is, hey, here's some information. Now the second half of the class, let's actually work on that now. So whether that's scripting and role play, whether that's actually putting together the SMART plan, not just learning about SMART plans, show up ready to play this year. I'm excited. This is a market that's going to separate the wheat from the chaff, and I believe we've got a lot of people that want to win. And I'm excited for me, as well as our leadership team, as well as our Associate Leadership Council, to partner with you to fulfill that goal in 2023. It's going to be a wild year, but it's going to be a really good year for those that are committed to doing the work. We're committed to partnering with you in that. Thanks for watching.